Hey YouTube, it's that dude named Dave and welcome back to my channel. Before we get started here, we gotta do the price of admission. I don't ask much for these videos. Like, subscribe, bell notification below. I see you guys are watching, but you're not subbed yet, so let me help you by helping me out here. Give you guys a few seconds to do that. Okay, few seconds here. We're not here for the long intros. So in today's video, we're coming to aid the table again. Now the panel was discussing who actually deserves love and relationships. So let's get to the video and we're gonna try to make this make sense.
Have to self-reflect and realize like, yo, what is going on here? Why am I can't get close to this thing that I'm feeling, this thing that I want? I am too toxic. This bag is too heavy for me to carry. So until I've worked out on myself, figuratively and physically, I can now lift these bags. I can now get acclimated in love. But loving myself says you can't be too toxic. You can get in front of your own way for you to get to your own blessings. So yeah, you can't be too toxic.
Yeah, but you love.
But love, it takes more than just love, right? Because everybody knows in a relationship, it's more than just love. That's good, but it takes more than to love to propel and to continue and to continue.
Yeah,
and need
but,
other moving parts. But that's it.
But
I
no,
want you to come back.
I agree with you. No, I agree. That's what I was gonna say.
Okay.
But I'm like, I agree with you, Oliver, because I feel like we had a conversation, me, Alan, we had this conversation where I feel like I don't feel like I could be loved. And they're like, why you don't feel like you deserve love? I'm like, I don't ever feel like I deserve love.
Interesting.
And, you remember we had that conversation? They're like, oh no, then you can't think like that. But that's how I've been thinking. I don't ever feel, I feel like, oh, love always hurt and I don't feel like I deserve love. So I always do my own, yeah, you hug me, remember? And I always say that, and that's toxic for somebody to sit there and be like, you know what? I don't feel like I deserve love. So somebody like that is very toxic.
You realize that is your problem, right? So what are you doing? And this is what Rico was saying. What are you doing, or what are you doing, or what have you done to combat that?
Good question.
Right now, what am I doing? Right now, I'm trying to trust. I don't trust nobody. Nobody that I date. Only person I trust is my family and my close friends. I don't ever trust no man that I date. So I'm trying to believe, or this man could actually love me. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to really believe that, and I'm trying to open up to guys. Like a man will sit there and tell me everything. I love you. I want to do this for you. I'm there for you. Let's be together. And I look at him like, in my head, it's so messed up. Or you're lying. Ain't no way you love me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep having sex with you because it's fun, but I know you don't give, like.
So what are you doing?
Well,
So before I let that cook for a second here, did you hear? She's gonna ask a question again, but what is she doing to help her in relationships? All I heard was, I'm trying to trust. I am looking at things differently. So there is no actions. All the problems that she is encountering right now, all she said is, I am trying, which means there is nothing going on here as far as the work. So let's get back to the video.
right now I'm trying to be more open, trying to open, like,
So what are you doing to
be
be
more
open?
open with my feelings. I've been trying to be more open with my feelings, trying to trust somebody to actually care for me instead of just me denying it. Oh, there's no way he loves me.
Danny,
Oh,
can I tell you something?
okay.
And
Before he comes in here, I'm stopping again, but we still did not hear what she is doing to get herself better. She clearly stated that she does not trust anybody but her family. She even said, I'll still having sex with this guy, but I don't trust him anymore. I don't believe what he's saying here. And all she kept saying is, I'm trying or whatever. There was nothing in here that showed any tools for her to get herself better psychologically here. So just wanted to point that out again. Let's get back to the video.
this is going back to what we were saying, and this is something that they actually said, is that doing things cold turkey is actually one of the most ineffective ways to be successful in overcoming that problem.
I'll agree with that.
Short story, right? And this is just to kind of give you an idea of doing things in increments, right? For a year and a half, I did not curse. I did not say any curse words. I started off by trying to limit myself for 10 curse words a day. Once I can complete that for 14 days, I knocked it down to 5. It took me about 2 months, and then I did not curse for about maybe 11 or 12 months after that. But it took time and it took practice. And I didn't just say, I'm not going to curse on the next day. It's 9 times out of 10 never going to happen that way. So just going out and saying, yo, I don't feel like I deserve to be loved. I'm going to just try to trust you. That's not going to be, the odds are that is not going to be effective. You have to find something that's going to make you and allow you to take that first initial step. It could be a slow step. Sometimes slow and steady wins the race. You know what I'm saying? But you can't just dive in and think it's going to change automatically. You're going to end up repeating the cycle. And next thing you know it, you could be 45, 50 years old, still repeating that same cycle and just now getting it.
I get that. He makes a good point here for simple measures. I'm pausing again. And that actually applies for me when in my last few videos I talk about using the N-word. I actually use this exact same thing where I said, I'm not going to use this anymore. I don't feel right about this here. So 1 day turned to 2 days, 2 turned to 4, 4 turned to 8, to the point where my favorite songs come on and I still, to this day now, I feel uncomfortable about using that. The same thing with curse words because I feel that my vernacular can be used better when I'm speaking to everybody. Now, there are times when I gotta drop a line or two, but it feels uncomfortable and I just use that as a point to be emphasized here. But what is being discussed here about being loved, we need professional help here. What does these slow and steady steps have to do with that you cannot do this on your own? You need professional help because you've gotten this far here and there's still no results here. So let's get back to the video, see what else they're gonna say here, see if it gets any better.
Well, Danny, I want to say that I think that no one is too toxic for love. Like, I was actually kind of on the fence.
What?
Like, hearing Rico, hearing Oliver, I was kind of on the fence with how I felt about it, but there are people like Danny that feel like they don't deserve love because of their personality, because of their actions. And we all know Danny. Danny will sit down on this couch and be like, I'm fucked up in the head. I'm fucked up in the head. Like, she says that all the time. And to think that she doesn't deserve to be loved, that's crazy.
Y'all hear this?
Because, like we've all been saying, take accountability of your actions, want to change. And if that's how you feel inside, like if you want to change, if you want to, look at the steps. Look at the traits of toxicity. Like, point out what you think that you have.
What?
Like, what you obtain, try to work on it. Like, you do deserve love, no matter whether you hold 2 traits on there, 4 traits, all 8, like you deserve love no matter what. So take accountability for how you're toxic.
How you take accountability?
And want to change, and look for the steps in order to do so.
And want love.
Oh my God, the sisterhood is strong. I have to stop here. I want to let it ride, but did you hear what she just said here? Oh my Lord. It doesn't matter how toxic you are. Everybody deserves love. No, you need to get yourself right before you bring me into your mess. Do you see this here? Women actually are telling other women, it's okay that you're not this way. It's okay that you're effed up. You know, you deserve love too. No, no one deserves anything. You only get the work that you put in and the outcomes that come from that. No one deserves love if you are a horrible person. No one deserves love if you're a toxic person. No one deserves love if you know these things and you don't get the work to get the results you needed, because if the guy has put in the work, if the man is ready for love and you're not, then you're just bringing another person down. Or as my fellas, I'm trying to bring these videos out to showcase, we need to run away from these type of women. They need to get themselves together before they come holler at us. You see how she is telling other women, it's okay. It's not okay. Let's get back to the video.
I think, honestly, the point you brought up is very relatable. I think it's very relatable and it's very reasonable, because you can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna trust him. You're not gonna just trust him. You're not, you do have to do things in incremental steps so that it becomes a habit. Because how long is it? 2 weeks to become a habit, or 2? What's it? Is it 14 or 21? Okay, so let's just say it's 21 days for something to become a habit.
14 days to get in shape.
You're not just gonna, like, you literally have to take it like those incremental steps. You have to take it one day at a time, because all you're gonna do, like Rico said, is end up back where you were. So I feel like really that's something that we should talk about. Like, what is a small step that you took in realizing that you're toxic, and realizing that you got fucked up ways, and realizing that you're, you know, not the person that you want to be? Like, what have you done incrementally to make it happen?
Danny, I actually completely understand you when you say like that feeling of you not deserving love, or like that idea of like you don't deserve love. Because I honestly feel like that is something that I just got over personally. And honestly, before all the crystals and the self journey and yoga, before all that shit, I was like breaking hearts and just like.
You aware?
Breaking hearts?
Yeah.
She's saying it.
Are you aware of you breaking hearts?
Oh, yes, of course, yeah. I realized that it was.
She's aware that she's breaking hearts. As cute as she is, she's for the streets. She owns it. She was out there. She's doing her thing. Fellas, see how cute this whole panel is? And how we can easily be swayed by the beautiful face, the beautiful body, that shiny skin tone that they all lotioned up and everything. You see how the package can fool us to showcase something that looks so beautiful, and 9.5 times out of 10, they for the streets. But let's see what she got to say here about self-reflection. Let's get back to the video.
Okay, I just want to say that never mind, go ahead.
No, yeah, I realized I was breaking hearts because I was actively making choices that were disrespecting other people's boundaries, even if they openly told me that's what their boundary was. And it was kind of.
You're disrespecting boundaries, which means that you were crossing boundaries, which means you was dipping out. That's what boundaries mean when you're crossing them in this situation here. Trust me, I know. Back to the video.
Like, I was trying to push that button and see how many times I could push that button until that button's not there anymore. And it was on that basis of like, can I trust you? Can I trust you? I'm gonna keep doing this and keep doing this, you know, until you kind of disappear. And it took me a very like long time to even get a grip over the fact that like, yeah, I was actively making the choice to hurt people. And it sucked. Ultimately now, I can say right now, it sucked. And I had to reach out to some of like the past people that I actually did hurt and kind of, yeah, literally, I hit this dude up, one of my high school sweethearts. And I was like, yo, like, I just want to tell you, like, I am so sorry. I am so sorry because all the trauma that I instilled in myself while providing you trauma, like shit, now that we're 21, damn, trusting someone is really hard. You know, and even taking that first step.
Wait a minute.
And it was to the point where like the conversation ended up really well. And he was just like, damn, like the fact that you even hit me up about this, like the old Jordan, I would have never even assumed that you were just about to talk to me about this, you know? And it.
Wait a minute, I'm pausing because I don't want to lose my thought here. She just said trusting people are hard, but she is the one that is breaking hearts. I am lost here. How is it that you have a hard time trusting people when you're the one doing the damage? So where is the accountability when you said you apologized? It's not adding up here. Something is missing here. You can say that you've done all this self-journey. You've done all this self-reflection, but we're missing a lot here. Woo. Back to the video.
It really is that progression of like taking accountability, understanding that you have a problem, understanding that you have a choice to take accountability and to grow and be better.
How you take accountability?
Yeah, and like, not necessarily just wanting love with another person. I honestly started this journey just because I did not love myself. I wanted to love myself. I felt like if I didn't deserve love from another person, then shit, if I want to love myself, straight up. And then naturally, that's when I ended up finding other habits, I guess 21 days of showing love to other people that naturally, you know, I do have this very like hopeful mindset when it does come to love and understanding that it is just unhealed trauma. And it is us just being very defensive about opening up about this trauma to ourselves. and just moving forward. So like, honestly, I'm sending you all like peace and abundance. You got this shit, girl. Like, come on now.
Peace and abundance, but you gave her nothing.
No, I don't feel sorry for you because like I have faith in you that you can grow and prosper to not only love yourself, but love other people, just because I know we are all here capable.
And this is me speaking just to like kind of get you to understand what I'm really saying, is when I say you're not too toxic for love, that means you're not too toxic to ever get love if you want love bad enough. I'm a firm believer that anybody in this world who ever wanted something, they went and they sought it out.
Some things are just difficult, Rico.
Yeah, I'm not saying that it's not difficult, but
mentally.
like, but it's all right. It took a lot for me to realize my problem, and then it took for me to lose a lot to correct my problem. So you don't believe that you deserve to be loved, but why? And I don't want to hear anything that's general. I need specific reasons why you personally feel you don't deserve to be loved.
I never felt wanted. From growing up, going to school, from coming here and not speaking English, from liking boys, not liking me back, because I was in their look. People did not start wanting me until I become this social media person. So I never really felt wanted. I never really felt like somebody really liked me. I always felt rejected, you know what I'm saying? So when people started wanting me, out of nowhere, I have like
that ain't real.
DMs,
that ain't real.
It's kind of like, it messed with my head. Like, how come when I was younger, y'all never wanted me? You know, y'all teased me. Y'all never, you know, I like so many guys, and they're just like, you sound like you have a speech problem. It was so much. So I never really, after a while, I just kind of like, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna become the it girl. When I went to college, I become the it girl. You know what I'm saying? When I went to social media, it was to become the it girl. So I could feel this popularity, but just because you have popularity in your head, your mindset doesn't change. You could did 1 million people if your head is messed up within that. You know, I was bullied since I was 6 years old. I have a speech impediment since I was 5. You know what I'm saying? I've been bullied my whole life. The way I speak, I was in Haiti, I was speaking the same. When I was in Haiti, you thought I was from France because my speech was so blurry. I didn't start speaking Creole until I was 10. I came here, I'm like, okay, it's a new start. I still got bullied. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to fit in. So it's not until like people recognize, you know what? Like, you know, I'm older now, you know, they're embracing, you know, being bullied for being Haitian, being bullied for this, dating guys, and it's kind of like, I never felt like they really liked me. You know, I never really could trust them because people always make me feel like, you know, like a reject. So in my head, everything I went on, well, even if I had that face, like, yeah, whatever, but I still had that. It's still like, you know, your childhood trauma, I feel like is the worst thing to get away from, you know what I'm saying? So being that I did with that for like 18, 19 years. So like, now it's kind of like, why do you even really like me? You know what I'm saying? Even if they try. So this is why I probably even feel like I'm so messed up with people. I deal with people and I do this, do that, to just push them away myself.
You ever told any of them that to help it?
I'm gonna stop the video here. I'm gonna put the link in the description because I let her say what she had to say here, because that was a lot. That's a lot to unpack. So from that entire panel, when I brought this video to the tribe here, I wanted to showcase when I pulled this up how Danny is the one person who's broken, who's gone through so many things here. But in actuality, all 4 women on the panel is broken. Their whole assessment and trying to give her advice. And not one person, even the men on the panel, didn't even suggest, even if you watch the whole video, about seeing a doctor, seeing professional help. Her issues stem from childhood, being an immigrant, coming here from another country and not able to speak the language, having problems with English. And then on top of that too, having a speech impediment. And then on top of that too, having issues about her looks. So she even stated how when she gets older, why do you like me now? Because y'all liked me before. Here's the thing, how therapy can help us out and seeing a psychologist. How kids do and say some of the craziest things, and how we grow into our bodies in our adolescence, how we're ugly ducklings to a lot of people. But then when we grow old and when we sprout and we become that person, you'd be surprised how beautiful someone comes when they become an adult compared to how they look when they were kids and we were awkward. But here's the thing though, our brains are not processing that. All we see is just people talking about us all the time, making us feel disrespected, making us feel less than, and making us feel like we're not worthy of love. So now that she's older now, 20 years removed from all the trauma that's going on, from maybe 5, 6, 7, 10 years old, 14 years old, high school, adolescence. Now that she's an adult now, and that trauma carries on to all her relationships. How she states how anytime a guy is telling her that they really rocking with her and they love her, she don't believe them. She'll still have sex with them, but won't believe a man loves her. Then the other people on the panel here, how the young girl said she was a heartbreaker. The other two were giving advice, and not one of them said, here, girl, about the accountability and the advice that come with that here. Modern women. I brought this here to showcase what young women are going through here, what they're dealing with. And for men, how we got to combat ourselves, because if we see broken women like this here, unfortunately, we have to run the opposite way. We can't allow other people to bring us down. So when they say, are you deserving of love? Not in this tribe here, unless you do the work, you get yourself right, and then at that point, then a man will be able to join you on your journey. But until then, you don't deserve anything. You got to put in the work, and you got to get the tools to get work done. And you cannot let the sister code massage all this to state, hey, it's okay when it's not okay. Like, comment, subscribe, bell notification below. Want to hear what you guys think about this video. But until next time, I'm that dude named Dave. See you, YouTube world.